Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Five for Talking. It's Bargo, Campo, and Caps. Welcome back, Caps.
Hey.
Hi guys, it's me, Caps.
The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
We don't have the rights.
What's been going on?
You told me.
Yeah, you tell us.
Hey man, busy.
Tell the people.
Busy.
Tell Jackson Fort.
Tell the whole the playoffs. Jackson Ford. Yeah, your boy.
Yeah, I know. Champs.
Yeah.
Caps.
We have to do it Stanley Cup
It's
edition.
the Caps.
I like to point out that I brought a jersey for Caps and he didn't want to wear it.
Yeah.
He refused.
Yeah, like
They refuse.
They have the same name as you. Nick Capitelli.
Caps.
Capitals.
Congratulations to Ovechkin.
Yeah, right.
Deserve it.
Well time.
Do you want to just talk about that? Like
Sure.
your friend Ovechkin.
Why not?
Tell him how you feel.
I just congratulated him.
Oh, tell him you did.
I think it's good, and I'm kind of surprised that this Capitals team managed to achieve
why is
this.
it this one that
There
won?
has been so many better teams, but good on them.
They've been like top 3 like teams basically in the other than this year in the NHL for the last like 10 seasons. So it's like no one really pays attention. They're kind of an under the radar team, you know. Like they did have a lot of pressure when they were first place, but
You know what the funny thing is about them is that they were actually getting better as the season was going along. And then when they faced the Penguins in the playoffs, they just went to a whole new level.
Yeah, I think that changed the whole thing for
because
them.
you know what, they did not look that great against Columbus to start off.
Yeah.
Like they kind of like they were good, but they looked like they were struggling. And then with Tampa Bay, they kind of like had so much dominance and then gave it up a little. Like Tampa Bay made that comeback, but Vasilevsky let me down. Like the guy underperformed in the playoffs big time.
A lot of the playoff series depended on goaltending. Like if you notice it, like Fleury for Vegas, for example.
Yeah. So on the same topic, what happened to Vegas?
They weren't ready.
Or did they finally
They just...
Come to reality?
Come to reality.
I think they just ran into like a smoking hot Capitals team.
Yeah.
They reminded me of the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. Like they realized there's no way we're beating Golden State, and they just put their tail between their legs and they left.
I'm pretty sure they gave it all their best, but I mean, kudos to them. It was their first
Oh
year.
no, I'm not taking that away from them. I'm
No,
just saying
like-
that I don't feel like they actually belonged in the finals. I think that Winnipeg definitely was a more deserved team overall, like with the roster they had and the season that they had. Like,
The only round I didn't go with Vegas was against Winnipeg. I picked
we
Winnipeg.
talked about it in the last episode. Vegas kind of breezed their way. You faced a LA team that had no right being in the playoffs.
Well, let's be honest. The East is way better than the West, but you know, then again, Vegas made it to the finals. There's nothing you can do about that. They proved they had doubters in the beginning, and then they kept proving their doubters wrong as the season went along. They made the playoffs. They went to the first, second round. They had doubters up until the end.
Do you think they're going to repeat? You think next year they can do the same thing?
I don't see why not. I mean, if you keep that team together,
If the West stays the way it is, it's possible.
I don't see the West changing. The Blackhawks are gonna go through a bit of a decline because they're gonna have to like make some changes. Calgary, I mean, whatever. Calgary made the coaching change. I don't see them getting any better or any worse. Edmonton just needs to get their together.
No, they need a whole new team.
I think they're pretty good. It's just, I don't know what happened this year.
Good.
You can say it. By the way, we're not making any money on this shit.
But
McDavid's pretty good.
I thought you wanted to though. But yeah, McDavid's still the best player in the NHL.
No, he's not.
Who do you think is?
Alex Ovechkin.
Crosby. Alex Ovechkin.
Okay, no, but realistically, Sidney Crosby is still the best player in the NHL.
McDavid will be.
McDavid will be.
How many people got 100 points this year?
Doesn't matter. He's on a team with nobody. You put Sidney Crosby there, he'll do the same thing.
Hey, I'm just saying. Okay,
I'm not denying that he's good.
Crosby's on a team with a bunch of good players.
Listen, you ready for the argument they used to
his
make?
line's pretty shit.
Remember, this is the argument
who's
people used to say.
Who's the best player on his line?
Yeah, who's the best? Okay, what about McDavid?
Same scenario.
Draisaitl's like not even there half the time.
To win, the reason Pittsburgh wins games is because of the depth of their team. Sidney Crosby doesn't need to play every minute of the game.
And he also doesn't have anyone good on his line, realistically.
That's what I said, yeah.
Okay, but this is the same argument that everyone made for Ovechkin, okay, with Crosby, is... Oh, Ovechkin gets this many points. He had more points this year. He scores more goals, whatever. But how many rings does he have? Because I don't see Connor McDavid doing shit. And with the team he has, they will never win. Edmonton will never win with that team. They are garbage, straight garbage. They're a dumpster fire of a team with one good player.
It's true.
Cam Talbot came down to earth and realized that if he doesn't have constant help, he can't win at all. Like, look how bad Toronto's defense was for most of the year, and Frederik Andersen stood on his head and still won all those games. Cam Talbot cannot do that. Fleury. I know Fleury had a good defense, but Fleury took the NHL by storm with his season. Vasilevsky, like, they had people in front of them, but they played to their potential. Talbot was like, okay, no one's going to help me. I'm just going to sit down.
Yeah, but, I mean, with Fleury, I mean, they just had a good team, though. You know? I mean, don't get me wrong. Fleury's made a name for himself now that he's went to another team and they made it to the finals. But Vegas, I thought, was a really good team. They didn't have a bunch of stars.
No, yeah.
They're
decent.
Team. They're a B team. They're a full B team.
I don't think that they'll do what they did this year unless they pick up a huge free agent.
You look at the saves that Fleury made.
Yeah,
goalies aren't making that save.
He was competing. But don't forget, like, there was half the season where they played Subban's brother. They played another
Subban's brother has a lot of potential and was just never given a chance.
I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, I know.
And they were still winning.
Well, they played like 10th string goalie on that team. They were beyond.
And they were still winning.
They had no goalie. They used the goalies to the point where they had to bring up an ECHL goalie to start in their farm team because they had no goalies left and they had to put...
30-year-old.
Yeah. So that's... I just think that I'm not taking anything away from them. They had a great year, but I don't think they're going to relive this magic next year. And I know I doubted them all season, and they kept proving all of us wrong, kind of. But
good for the NHL, though, man. Because,
no, I think
I think they built sort of a fan base there in Vegas now. That
I like that.
It was a good entry.
I think, and they're in an area too where they can pull people in from like Utah and stuff that don't really have their own team. Like Vegas is kind of a team for everyone else. Like that's the kind of team they are. And I like
even
that.
People coming in to visit Vegas, they're going to go to the game too.
Oh, yeah, especially Canadians. You're going to get more Canadians going to Vegas now just to watch a hockey game, right?
Yeah.
If I'm there and the Leafs are playing, I'll watch a game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'll watch it. I would watch any game there if I was there. I'd go watch a game. Who cares? And then they're going to get the football team soon as well.
I still think Quebec should get the team. Quebec City.
I do.
Nordiques.
Well, I'm enjoying this topic jumping, but... I know, seriously. Quebec, yes, I think so. And Quebec built a better arena than Vegas built and didn't get the team, lost to Vegas, and then lost again to Seattle now. So they're saying the only way Quebec is getting a team, the NHL is saying, is if another team relocates. They're not just going to... After Seattle's expansion team, they're not planning on growing for at least 10 to 15 more years.
That's disappointing.
I think of all the cities, they deserve a team.
Yeah.
Because you bring in a crowd of people that had a team already. They know they like hockey. It's Canada, obviously. They also... you'll bring in the people from like Newfoundland and like Labrador, like the people that watch hockey as well, right? That they don't have a team close to them. So...
Even the small towns and cities surrounding Quebec City, I think they'll...
It's not like a tiny little baby city, right? It has a decent sized population.
And they're Canadians and they love their hockey. So I don't know.
It's just that's a choice you make as a hockey city. That's a smart idea. Like Vegas was a good idea for what they did. A bad idea is when you move a team to Carolina and you don't even put them in the largest city in Carolina. You put them in Raleigh, North Carolina. They should be playing in Charlotte, where you'll get more people because at least even your people who don't watch hockey, you're still going to get about 2,000, 3,000 more people a game that are just going to show up because you're in a major city. You're playing in a much smaller city that's like people have to drive to that. They're like, fuck it, I'm not going.
Did you see there was a coach's corner like maybe a few days ago, and in the background Gary Bettman was just watching, and I think Ron McLean kind of like invited Gary Bettman in, and then Don Cherry just like out of nowhere goes, "We need a team in Quebec City," and the look on Gary Bettman's face like, it was hilarious.
I'm not saying that would work, but Don Cherry does have like, you know, a big say in like as a media NHL person. He's probably the largest influential person of media for NHL.
No, it's just funny, you know.
Yeah, I didn't see
pick your battles, and all of a sudden you just like out of nowhere.
But to be honest, Seattle has always been on my list of places I wanted an NHL team. Seattle or Portland in that area, and then even like a team in like Milwaukee, because that's more of an area that doesn't have that much, and it's a big enough city, and they have winter, they play hockey, like that. Those are places that deserve teams. Like I bet you 90% of the entire population of Nevada has never played the game of hockey before. Mind you, their team is they brought a fan base, and I agree with that. I do not agree with the process of the entry draft that they had, or whatever it is, the expansion draft. It was very one-sided. Teams were offering better players than the players that got taken in the draft just to stop them from taking other players that they weren't going to take anyways, and they use it as like a manipulation tactic to get better people. And
free up cap space.
Yeah, the same thing's going to happen in Seattle, and it's going to happen again, and you're going to have potentially another team that's going to make a huge run.
Yeah, that's the advantage. Like
you legit build a team
out of the gate.
Like out of players that are already developing or developed.
Their two wingers on the first line are both from Florida, and one guy was given to them just to make sure they didn't take Trocheck. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. So I don't know. Anyways, does winning the cup, like? The argument happens once again that we make, but does winning the cup cement Ovechkin as one of the greatest players who ever played in the NHL?
One of the greatest goal scorers
to play in the NHL.
Yeah.
I think it helps, but it doesn't...
All right, well, guess what? I did math.
I think he's up there.
Are you ready for hockey math?
He's up there.
I'm about to prove y'all bitches wrong. All right?
That's all based on the fact that he stays healthy.
This is all based on the fact that you're just going to shut up and listen to me now.
I've heard this argument before.
Okay, yeah, you did. It was like 2 days ago. So
still ain't going to touch Gretzky, though.
Ovechkin has 607 goals and 1,122 points in 1,000 games played. He has one Stanley Cup, 11 All-Star appearances, 2005 Rookie of the Year, 3-time MVP, 3-time Pearson, 7-time Richard, 2007-2008 Ross for most points, and 2017-18 Conn Smythe Trophy. Okay, so that's pretty like good career stats. He averages about 0.6 goals per game. So I gave him an average of 0.2. Let's say he plays, I did an average of games, what came out to like 600 more games almost if he plays the next 7 seasons. I said 500 flat. At 0.4 goals a game, that comes up to 32 goals per game, which would give him 200 more goals exactly, which is 807 goals total. Then I gave him about between 400 and 500 more points, averaging between 59 and 70 points over the next 7 seasons, would put him at like over 1,500 points. So with 800 goals and 1,500 points and at least one Stanley Cup to his name, does that not put you in like an elite category?
Yeah. Where would that put him all-time scoring? 1,500 points.
Oh, scoring? I think 1,500 would be like 8 or 8, between 7 and 10. Like in the Yzerman.
It'll put him up in the...
no, like a little lower. Like the
upper echelon.
Yeah, like above a Luke Rowe guy. Lower than like a Sakic. Yeah, he'll be up there, but he'll be second in goals.
Possibly third.
Possibly first.
Well, I mean, like, what was... Gretzky's got what? 850 something, I think.
Who, Gretzky? I think it's 897.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Check it out. But like, this would definitely like cement. Even if he didn't win the Stanley Cup, and he stays healthy and he does perform what you say he'll perform in the next how many years?
894. 7. I said 7, which would make him like between 39 40 at the time.
If he stays healthy and he still plays at that level, because you got to understand, he plays at a very physical level, and that takes a toll on someone's body. All right.
Yeah, but the physicality of the game has died a lot. Like he's not getting hit as much. Yeah, he's hitting guys, but he's not hitting people like he used to.
In him, I see something in another player who played many years in the NHL, which is Jaromir Jagr. Same big body, physical style, goal scoring touch, amazing puck handler, and he pushed on. Like his work ethic in Ovechkin, I think he might even go beyond 40. He might be a guy. He's so in love with hockey. Like I've never seen anybody win the cup like that. That's insane. He's been drunk for like 10 days now. And like swimming around in fountains in the downtown Washington.
I think he had a point to prove. That was it. He just really won that cup. We'll see what happens next year. See if he still has that sort of same hangover.
I'm not taking anything away from Kuznetsov, Carlson, and Holtby, who were the biggest part. Backstrom was there, but I wouldn't say he's the biggest part.
She played really well.
Yeah, but Ovechkin was a serious anchor point in winning this cup. Like
maybe that was the difference between this year and the last couple of years. The fact that he was a true leader, because I honestly thought that the last couple of years when they were trailing, he just, I don't know. I didn't see him playing with the same kind of passion as he played this time around.
I just hope he doesn't go into full out of control mode right now and come back next year not ready to play hockey and have an embarrassing season.
I think that was the biggest difference too. When he came back this year, he lost the weight. He really got into shape. He really wanted to take this real seriously. So
he was serious. This year, his interviews before the game and stuff.
I mean, and when we started the season this year, when we were doing the pool, Ovechkin had like about 10 goals in like 3 games.
Yeah,
that's like crazy. Like,
and I don't know, with him,
he was on pace for like 70 goals.
He's a special player. He's a special player. Let's just put it that way. And in his older years, if he slows down a bit, I understand. But if he embraces his goal scoring, which he kind of does now, if you see the way he just parks his ass there and waits. But if he just embraces the fact that he's only here to score goals, you know what I mean? Like a guy in baseball that's only there to hit home runs and not do anything else. Like I think that he could still continue, maybe not the points wise or the winning, but he'll still be able to put up 30 goals a season at like the age of like 40 or 39.
See what happens.
Yeah. So let's see. What else? Do you guys got anything else for that?
I want the season to start in a couple days.
You want to go over the pool?
The playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have all the rounds.
Well, we won't go over all of it. The score going into this round was 10 for Bargo, 10 for Caps, and I had 9, which I made a nice comeback at the end because my first round was brutal. So me and Caps both picked Washington. Bargo picked Vegas. This is the first time I've really seen Bargo go out on a limb and pick like the polar like opposite of like who you think is gonna win, and he lost. So Caps ended up winning the pool. So you won last year, right? So Bargo won last year. Caps won this year. Caps finished with 11, and me and Bargo both finished with 10. And like I said before in our conversation, I still think 10 out of 15 is pretty solid, let alone 11. Like I'd say the average person who picks a decent pool ends with like 7, 8, or 9 wins. So to get more than that,
I also feel like if I didn't take risks, just to like try to like pick a couple extra points up, it would have been different.
But that's the thing though. In the first 2 rounds, you didn't really go risky.
No.
You were on a streak and you did well, but then somehow Nick was just always there as well. Like
because we were making the same picks.
Yeah, so he didn't really stray far. And then
that's why the next round I had to like go on a whole new limb here. I had to go pick different teams.
In the semifinals, you went complete opposite, and then you got 1 and we both got 1.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, I kept picking Vegas
until that last round.
Till the last one.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I didn't pick Vegas in the semis. I stopped picking Vegas in the semis.
Really?
Yeah,
no, I picked
Winnipeg.
Vegas all the way up until the finals.
I picked Winnipeg and then I picked Vegas.
I would just like to point out.
And the only time I picked the Caps was in the first round.
Yeah. I would like to just point out I picked the Caps every single round and in every pool that I did. And in every pool I had them losing in the finals to Nashville. So I was a little wrong there, but at least every pool I picked them in the finals, all the way to the finals.
Yeah. Nashville was upsetting.
And a lot of them were pre-picks before.
Yeah, Nashville was disappointing,
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about disappointments in the playoffs. Anaheim, who was predicted to be the number one points getter in the NHL preseason, lost in the first round. Got smashed by San Jose in the first round. And then San Jose got smashed by Vegas, which is embarrassing that you lost to the team that got lost to the expansion team. Winnipeg.
The West was so weak. Like, you put some of those teams over the East and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the West, on like paper-wise, when I looked at it, was Nashville and no one else. I didn't think anyone else even had a chance of.
I would say Winnipeg.
Yeah, but Winnipeg, they've had this team for like 5 years-ish.
Yeah, but this is their best season.
No, but they added some players at the deadline, eh?
This is their best season.
Yeah.
They got Paul Stastny.
Like, they look the best this season.
I think next year they're going to come back and have a big year.
Yeah, I think they were getting better. Like, I thought they were getting better as the year went on.
Okay, so
as the season went on.
I think they'll make the
West
playoffs.
Coast, other than Nashville, which is like the biggest disappointment, can we agree that it was Anaheim?
As the biggest disappointment?
Yeah. Chicago? No.
Chicago didn't make it.
Oh, you mean just playoffs?
Just playoffs.
Yeah, I would say so.
What about in the East? I think it's the Leafs.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly thought they would beat Boston.
I'd say Boston, Pittsburgh, Toronto.
No, but I knew Washington was going to beat Pittsburgh this year.
I didn't think... for me, it could have gone either way for Toronto and Boston. Like, I didn't have a set team. But, yeah, once again, that damn third period, man. Thanks, Gardner.
Well, watching the Leafs play, like, actual games is like watching... Is like not like watching, like playing ESHL. Like, you could be winning by 7 and somehow lose at the end of the game because it just happens. And the Leafs are that team. They could be up fucking 5-0, and at the end of the game it ends 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, I just really hope that they learn from their mistakes and just like.
And our guns weren't in the playoffs.
They're still young.
Like, our big players weren't even there.
We need.
And Matthews was injured. Let's just be honest. He was not 100%.
No. But I don't want to have this guy that's going to be what we hear. Like, he wasn't 100%. I understand this year, but I don't want that going forward. I don't want that player on my team. I want the guy that's like, yeah, I had a broken foot this whole time, but I played every single game and we won. That's what I want. I want guys like Backstrom that played through injuries, guys with broken fingers that didn't miss the games. Yeah. I don't need a guy that, my back was sore, so I missed. I don't need me to be on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were on the Leafs, you wouldn't have played a game yet.
I would have missed the whole. I would have sat out just because I didn't feel like it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't feel like playing today. So yeah, I don't know. What all season? Give me the 3 biggest disappointments.
Edmonton.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Buffalo.
I would say Chicago.
I would say Buffalo too.
Yeah, me too.
Buffalo.
I would say Edmonton, Chicago, Buffalo is mine. And like, Chicago thought that they made some really fucking smart moves. They were like, "Yo, this is smart what we're doing. We're
stupid.
thinking. We gave up the bread man and we got Brendan Saad." What a
they
bad
freed up
trade!
Space to sign Brendan Saad.
Oh my god,
that's so bad.
Like, I knew you weren't going to get to sign him, but at least you had a chance of doing something this year.
Yeah,
that guy was fire in the playoffs for Columbus.
He was fire all season for Columbus. He's all that Columbus had. There's no other player on Columbus.
And he still has so much potential. Does Chicago completely blow up?
Not yet.
Do they hold this team and just keep losing?
Yeah, because they can squeak in the playoffs and go for a little run still. Like, they have a good team. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I still stand by the fact that I don't think Corey Crawford is an elite goalie. And they also do not have an elite defense anymore.
They're too old.
Yeah.
And the NHL's too fast for those slow old guys.
And now with those salaries, you can't afford to add any pieces. The thing that's special about a team who did bad, another disappointment, Dallas. But the thing that's special about a team like Dallas...
Yeah, Dallas did bad.
A team like Dallas or a team like Nashville is they have good players. They have star players. They have a good core of group. But they still maintain room by not giving out ridiculous salaries to players. Okay, you have Jamie Benn and Seguin, yes, but you were still able to add Radulov and add all these small pieces that you needed to add Ben Bishop. Chicago is at the point where these 4 players, there's no room for anybody else. You're just banking on rookies. Like, Pittsburgh is now in a place where they're going to look to move Phil Kessel. Because as good as he helped them and as good as he did last year, they need more than that to win.
I still think that they have a really good team.
Oh, I'm not saying they don't. I think
that's a little too extreme. Okay, but looking to move Kessel.
Do you want to? Would you rather bring back guys like Gensel and 2 or 3 of the other small pieces, or just keep Phil Kessel?
Probably Phil Kessel and Gensel.
You can't keep both.
Okay. Why not?
They barely have
space.
They have
salary cap is going up.
Yeah, but that'll give them like $3 million salary cap. Gensel's gonna get like $4.5 million. Maybe that guy in the playoffs is fuego.
Yeah, he is. That's all he's there for, though.
But last year he had a pretty good regular season. He had
decent.
like 50 points.
Yeah, decent.
You know what? What about Ottawa?
They're done. They had such a good fucking team on paper going into this year, then made the Duchesne trade and got even worse.
I told you, it's him.
Yeah, he's not a leader. He's not a grinder. At least with Turris, you had a serious penalty killer on your team.
You had everything with Turris.
He
was an all-around star.
Even Carlson just went...
Because the trade rumors and all that garbage with him.
And he did have a lot of injuries, actually. He went through a lot of stuff this year.
I think Carlson will bounce back. I don't know about Ottawa.
I think Carlson's kid died or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think Carlson comes back to Ottawa?
Like we were talking about in the last episode. I think yes. I think he really does want to stay in Ottawa, but I think I think it'll be like what he's saying, like a bridge contract. It's going to be like 2 years and then he's gone.
How about Tavares?
I think he stays especially with Lamoriello there now.
Yeah.
He's going to change that team.
Sure. I'm already happy.
He's not going to waste
time. Garth Snow was not bad, but he made a lot of weird moves for that team.
I know, but I can't understand why Lamoriello just didn't stay in Toronto.
No, Toronto didn't want Lamoriello to stay.
What are you talking about?
They chose to promote Kyle Dubas and get rid of Lamoriello.
It was part
got rid of Mark Hunter?
Mark Hunter's still there.
No, he's not.
He resigned. Oh, did he?
Mark Hunter resigned like 2 days after they promoted Kyle Dubas.
Okay, but then you still have other people that are important to that team. That I get Mark Hunter's a big loss, but
Mark Hunter's a huge loss. He's the one that drafted all those.
Lamoriello was there, yeah, but Dubas was part of that as well. Dubas was a very important part of the team that we have now, but Lamoriello was only there in like a mentor capacity.
Yeah, 3 years and that's it. That was the deal.
I just hope Shanahan keeps running the team the way Lamoriello was, very strict and like make sure things stay.
Yeah, maybe not so strict, but yeah, like they're kids. Like they want to go out and play hockey. They don't want to go out there and shave every single morning. Like let the guys be the guys.
Yeah, you don't want to work at UPS.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
Nice beard, by the way.
I'm on vacation.
It's coming in.
I'm on vacation.
I'm retired.
From vacation. So I don't know if they won. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't really want to talk about it, not knowing. But I'm pretty sure the Marlies are pretty close to winning right now.
Yeah, they're in the finals.
Or what?
We should go to a game if there's any games left.
There is. They lost game 1. I know that, and they won game 2.
It was 2-2 as of.
Check on anything right now.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, so
yesterday.
I think it's
go to the score.
One of them is winning. It's not on the score. They don't have
AHL.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Score on the internet. Who cares? Google it.
All right, guys, we're gonna Google.
Not
Google a sponsor.
Marlies.
Lugal.
So what kind of moves do the Leafs have to make?
They need a defenseman.
Yeah.
Though Ron Hainsey, Pollock, Gardner.
Yeah, like Ron Hainsey's a good defenseman, but you can't expect a guy to like.
He's a 4th liner. 3rd liner.
I'll keep Hainsey for one more year. Hainsey too, but Pollock is done. Get Pollock off my team. Get rid of
like better players than there was worse players than Pollock.
Listen, if Liljegren makes
he's not ready.
But he's having a great year, man.
We'll see what happens. I still think that there's other defensemen.
That's 3-2 for Marlies.
What game? What's the series score? 2-2? 3-2 Marlies? Yeah.
They won game 5, 17
hours
ago.
Sweet. And when's the next game? Today?
I don't know, but we should go get tickets right now if it is.
I'm down to go.
Anyways, well, that's cooking. So on that note, I wrote more things down about stuff.
This guy likes to write.
I don't think anybody will notice this, but your boy, where is it? Garrett Sparks went 31-9-2 this year with a 936 save average and a 1.79 goals against.
Yeah, Marley's had a good team.
Holy crap! How is he not the backup goalie of the Leafs?
Because it's the AHL, not the NHL.
Because you're not going to put him in the back.
31-9 with a 179.
It's the AHL.
179.
I don't care. That's a great season.
It's a great season. I mean, good for him.
It is a great season,
the
and
fact is,
I love.
You bring him to the NHL, he's not going to play.
I love Curtis Big McElhaney, but
he's not going to play. You bring him to the NHL.
I know.
Freddie all day.
Freddie Henderson. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm not saying you get rid of him, but you let him play.
Let who play?
He played. Let him be a backup.
Are you telling me that Curtis McElhaney doesn't deserve to be there?
I'm saying that.
Not after Team Canada lost.
Yeah, but he also.
Who do they have on that team? Who do they have on that Canadian team?
David.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was like
the
Edmonton Oilers plus Curtis McElhaney.
Edmonton. Yeah.
Why doesn't it have that? Oh, there you go.
What are you looking for?
When the next game is.
Oh.
Mans is trying to go.
I was at 2 Fridays ago. I was at Real Sports watching. We were just there hanging out. And they were showing a Toronto Marlies game.
Mm-hmm.
Turnout. Wow, it was like
we went to the playoff games. It was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a lot of
June
people.
12th, which is Tuesday at 7, and then the next game is on Thursday at 7.
Wow.
Way to screw us over, Marlies.
I think I might have to take a half day.
Pretty sure still won't make it.
Oh, there's gonna be some of those players. They're gonna be on the team next year. Some of those players.
Oh,
Andreas Johnson's gonna be on.
Oh yeah,
the team
100%.
I mean, if they can't find a good fourth liner,
Dermott,
Freddie Gauthier is gonna be on.
Dermott is staying on the Leafs all season.
Travis Dermott, I think, is playing for the Marlies right now.
They both are.
Plekanec, why? Dominic Moore, why?
Plekanec,
I'll keep him.
I wouldn't.
He's not going to want to stay. He's going to want to go back to Montreal.
I said Plekanec, I'll keep him. I didn't say he has to stay.
He's not going to want to stay.
I didn't ask him. Should I call him?
Yeah, call him.
See what he says.
There's
some D guys that they can bring up, man. Justin Hull. How much time we got left?
Yeah, I told you that's an official Winter Classic. This is just the Winter Classic.
I told you. You told me it was Fugazi.
Actually, this might be just a regular one.
This guy's talking Fugazi about my shirt.
Fugazi.
So they could be. My fake ones look realer than that.
No, they don't.
So who wins the cup next year?
Washington.
I don't know. Let's see what the offseason has to show an offer.
Draft is at the end of the month. Free agency is in July 1st.
I think if Vegas adds a big defenseman with a goal-scoring touch, because they didn't have any goal-scoring from the back.
Yeah, they did. A couple. Not
John
high,
Carlson had 5 more points than almost the whole, or was 5 points less than the whole defensive team on Washington in the playoffs. I mean, of Vegas.
You really want to mess that team up?
Because Vegas scores on all their lines.
I think you need a big star forward, John Tavares, and a big star defenseman, Erik Karlsson.
Yeah, you coming from the guy that says that Tavares stays.
Yeah, I didn't say that I wanted him to stay. I said that he does stay. There's other people out there, like they're missing like an elite scorer on that team because
I don't think they really need it now.
Yeah, but it's not the person that Gotham needs.
It's their salary.
It's how much salary space they want.
It's how much space they have. Like Vegas can sign anybody who's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Because they picked a whole team of a roster that salary is like $40K. They have like $30 million to play with.
Oh, they have salary.
Yeah, for days.
And the Leafs next year open up too because they lose
Loopy.
They lose Loopy and
Horton,
which is like $6 million of salary or $7 million.
Lupo's like 4.5 or 5.
Yeah, and he's like $4 million as well.
So that's Horton. Like $10 million.
Yeah.
And the cap goes up.
and so you're gonna open up like let's say 12 million of space. You're gonna lose about 8 million of that to Matthews, and you're gonna lose about the rest of it to Nylander and Marner.
Yeah.
But then at the year after, they like
they can opt out of Marlowe's contract. To free up space.
They could opt out of Marlowe. They can opt out or that guy, the other guy. Who's the defenseman that they have that doesn't play anymore?
On the lease?
Yeah.
Polar?
No, they got that defenseman, and he never played for them, and he got injured. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And actually they made him like a scout or something, so he came off the books.
Yeah.
They lose Kessel after next year, and they lose
Dion.
No, Kessel's I think a few years more.
Dion is like 2 more years.
No, Dion, they don't have to worry about.
Really?
When they traded Dion Phaneuf, they traded his whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Also,
that's why Lemmer was a genius. But Kessel, it's going to be
1.5 million.
It's 1.5 for like another 4 years.
Anyways, they'll have room to get sexy. I think though, like, I don't hate it because I like the guy, but I think the Marlowe thing was a bad mistake.
No.
I would have rather them brought over Jumbo Joe.
It's so good when you see what he's done.
I would have rather Jumbo Joe than Marlowe.
It's good to see what Marlowe's done with the young players of that team and like the building of morale and stuff like that. But I think that was too much money.
I agree. I think they just did it to bring him in. Like to sweeten it up.
I think that was just a Lamorello.
I kindly disrespect that. I think it was a great move. He played every game. He did his best. He still scored 27 goals. It's like better than like most of the players in that team.
Yeah, but now you can't keep JVR.
I want Bozak.
They could re-sign him. Get rid of Komarov. Please, just like, okay.
I want Komarov out. I don't care what happens to JVR at this point. Get rid of Dominic Moore. I just want more Bozak.
I'd rather keep JVR than Bozak.
Yeah, but
they still have the
JVR provides you only goal scoring and nothing else.
JVR provides you goal scoring that no other player does in the NHL.
Yeah, but he also doesn't do anything.
Bring them both back.
And then lose Nylander or Marner?
No, they still got the cap space. They'll have the cap space.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, not for both of them.
Will.
Not for both of them.
Not unless they trade Marlowe for like a bag of beans.
Bozak's going to run you between 4 and 5 mil. And Van Riemsdyk's going to run you like almost 7 mil.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean no?
He'll ask for that? Yeah, I get it. He'll ask for that, but they'll never give him that much.
Yeah, but Vegas will easily be like, here's 7 mil. Go stand in front of the net.
Okay, I'm just saying. But I still think that they can do something.
Vegas is at the point of what do we do now to win? And that is throw stupid contracts at players that don't deserve it, which is about what's going to happen.
I would say I would give someone a stupid contract just to come, but like for like a short term, like 2 years, 7 mil.
That's where I'll still agree with the stupidity.
Yeah, it's stupid, but at least you're not stuck for life.
But
like Dion Phaneuf, 8 mil for 8 years.
Stop signing people for 8 years. When are you fucking idiots gonna learn? No more big contracts. 5 years max. That's it, and not for Clarkson. Okay, absolutely not for Clarkson.
The Leafs have probably made the worst signings ever in the NHL.
Oh, we'll see what happens with the big three.
Panarin is one of the worst trades in modern hockey for Saad.
Yeah. That was like a huge downgrade in caliber.
There's a few out there like the actual trade for Duchesne. It gave a better defensive forward to Nashville, which is what they wanted. Okay, it gave Colorado a crap load of prospects and draft picks with the team that they already have that was good this year. They were the biggest surprise for me, other than Vegas. Be nice next year. They're going to be nice, and they're only going to get better. Okay.
Yeah.
Ottawa lost that trade like so much to the max that I don't even know when they saw that on paper. That trade, why would you make that trade? Like that one guy they gave up, I think it was the defenseman, is like a huge prospect.
I don't have the answer for that. I would not have done it. Like, look at Duchesne's success alone and look at Turris' success. I would rather have a player of Tavares' caliber.
Yeah. Look how much Colorado turned around their season after that trade.
And look how look how much worse Ottawa did.
I'm saying next year, McKinnon is the player to watch.
Yeah.
I think McKinnon has always had this talent and just never was given the chance to shine.
He's in the shadows of Duchesne.
Like, you're talking about a guy that grew up in the same hockey life as Crosby did. Same town, everything.
Oh, come on, man. He's in those McDonald's commercials.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. Sorry.
Not a sponsor.
Sorry.
We don't like your coffee. But McDonald's, I'll take some of that $1 billion.
Yeah.
Sponsor us. Are you stupid?
What are you waiting for?
Come on. We already got sponsored by water. It's in you.
It's everywhere.
Nice.
What time we got left?
I say we're basically about ready to go home.
Are we?
Right.
Let's go get some pickles.
Okay, I don't want any. Alright, guys. This concludes this episode of 5 for Talking. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Fried pickles?
Subscribe!
Subscribe!